What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I want to cover off a really serious topic, something I'm really quite passionate about, and that is the state of the events industry here in the United Kingdom. Obviously there is a global situation going on at the moment. That needs no introduction. We're not really here to talk about that. But as a result of that situation, events, nightclubs, festivals, conferences, weddings are not going ahead in their normal sense. As a result of that, the events industry is basically on its knees. It's really going to be difficult to see how these businesses are going to be able to continue to trade, and there is no support from the powers that be. We have all been told in the events industry that we are unviable, which is completely and utterly ridiculous in my opinion. Now, of course I'm impacted like us DJs are, because we haven't got gigs at the moment in the normal kind of sense, and the volume of work is not there at the moment. But this goes far wider, and it's far more serious than just a few DJs moaning that they haven't got their gigs. If you think about nightclubs, there's a management team there, there's bar staff, there's security staff, there's lighting and sound technicians there that are completely out of work. People that run trade shows, exhibitions, conferences, all of these types of events are only possible because of people supplying light, sound, and also professional experience in terms of setting that equipment up, operating that equipment. Wedding venues. Yes, we can have weddings on a small scale at the moment, but they can't be making enough money to continue on a long term. It's just not feasible what we've got. And the message that we have had from the central government has been, you need to go and retrain and find something else, which I think is completely and utterly ridiculous, because a lot of the people that I know and work with in this industry have built their business up over so many years. They've got, say, a light and sound hire company, for example. They've bought significant assets in the form of all of their equipment. They've got warehouse space, they've got staff to pay, they've got vehicles. That doesn't come overnight, and to just simply say, oh, you need to retrain and get something else is just a completely narrow-minded view. I mean, first and foremost, who's going to pay for that training? Yes, there's a scheme in place coming in, I think, next year at some point. But until then, whilst you're training, how are you going to support paying your bills, supporting your family, etc.? It's just completely ludicrous and out of the question. I'm pretty sure if you told a politician tomorrow that their job is going to be replaced by a supercomputer that's going to make all the laws, and that their job is no longer viable, then they would have something to say about it. That's a really poor example, but you kind of get my point. Whatever profession you go into, whether it be law, politics, accountancy, you train for years and you build that experience and expertise up over a number of years. So to simply say, just do something else is just completely and utterly ridiculous. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, I'm not impacted by that, I don't work in that industry, well, everybody is impacted by the events industry. If you've been to a friend's birthday party, if you've been to a wedding, if you've been to any kind of fireworks display, a trade show, a nightclub, a festival, if you have any kind of memory of a great night out, or your best mate's wedding, or a festival, those memories have been in part created by the people in the events organisations. I don't particularly like the sound of a future without that industry operating and without it thriving, because let's face it, no memories were created at 3 o'clock in the boardroom when you landed a sales contract. That's not a memory. Memories are, experiences with friends at festivals, live music events, your mates' weddings. That's a memory. So to all my colleagues and friends working in the events industry, not just DJs, my message to you is this: you are viable, okay? I've never worked with a bunch of more passionate, more committed people in my life at creating memories for others. And I know that these are really quite challenging, really quite testing times. Beyond the events industry, everyone through this whole experience this year has had pretty challenging times at some point or another. And I think if this experience has taught me anything, it's that, do you know what, regardless of what industry you work in, having multiple revenue streams is really, really important. And having more eggs to your basket is pretty important. But to all my event industry people that are watching this, I really sincerely hope you're well. Let's keep fighting, let's keep doing these petitions, keeping that message of we do events alive. If at any point you feel like you need a chat, or just have a bit of a rant or whatever it is, my door is always open. The best way to contact me is probably on Instagram, but do get in touch. Hang in there. I hope you can, and hopefully one day we'll see the back of all of this and everything will go back to normal. But until then, keep safe and keep fighting. Cheers.